members of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee in the National Assembly are divided over the procedure and pace in hearing and determining 4 petitions filed seeking the removal of 4 IEBC commissioners. Now, this committee, chaired by Tharaka MP George Murugara, in a stormy sitting on Tuesday, failed to agree on the modalities of handling the petitions filed by the Republican Party, Nthumbi, Geoffrey Langat, and Owuor Geoffrey, to oust IEBC Vice Chair Juliana Cherera, Irene Masit, Francis Wanderi and Justus Nyang'aya over alleged gross misconduct and violation of the Constitution. Though the committee has until Tuesday to present its report to the House on the fate of the 4 commissioners, some members accuse the chairman of rushing the process and being opaque on the content of memoranda submitted. Francis Gachuri now reports on the IEBC transition jitters.
A week after National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula assigned the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee to hear and determine the fate of 4 petitions seeking removal of 4 IEBC commissioners in line with Article 251 of the Constitution, the process of conducting hearing has split the committee. In a stormy meeting Tuesday, according to sources, a section of the committee accused Chairman George Murugara of rushing the process and concealing critical information contained in memoranda submitted by Kenyans on the 4 embattled IEBC commissioners. The meeting adjourned without a consensus on the modalities of conducting the hearings that kick off on Thursday. Another meeting scheduled on Wednesday morning to thrash out the contentious procedural issues as well as claims of lack of transparency. Wetangula had on Tuesday, while handing the 4 petitions by the Republican Party, Nthumbi, Geoffrey Langat and Owuor Geoffrey, seeking the ouster of Juliana Cherera, Irene Masit, Francis Wanderi and Justus Nyang'aya, directed the committee to exercise impartiality.
The committee must refrain from prosecuting the petitions on behalf of the petitioners. Instead, it shall allow each petitioner to present their case and permit the affected commissioners to present their responses and thereafter consider whether a ground for removal has been disclosed or not.
With a group of MPs scheduled to travel to Juba, South Sudan for the East African Parliamentary Games, the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, like other House committees, likely to be hit by quorum hitches. The Speaker had directed the committee to table its report on the fate of the 4 commissioners within 14 days from Tuesday last week.
Once the committee tables its report, the House will have 10 days to decide whether or not the petition contains valid grounds for removal of the members of the Commission. The committee may, if it becomes necessary, seek an extension of the foregoing timelines to enable it to comprehensively interrogate the petitions and report to the House.
The 4 petitioners want Cherera, Masit, Wanderi and Nyang'aya ousted for taking a contrary position on the conduct of the August 9th presidential election and walking out on Chairman Wafula Chebukati hours before he announced the poll outcome. The petitioners have listed gross misconduct, serious violation of the Constitution and demonstrating partiality with the name of triggering a runoff as grounds for removal of the 4 commissioners. And as the 4 commissioners fight to keep their jobs, Azimio lawmakers are pushing for the exit of IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati and Commissioners Boya Molu and Yakub Gulie on terminal leave, pending the expiry of their terms in January next year. They accuse the 3 of using commission funds to embark on a foreign travel spree.
That Chebukati and his fellow musketeers can continue with the rampant misuse of public funds, can continue with the illegalities, including irregular and illegal promotions of a select officers within the commission. He can continue with all these transgressions. But ultimately, and however long it takes, they shall be held to account individually.
And we also ask the Kenya Kwanza government, where these people are finding their head hiding under their bed, to come out and call this for what it is, that's corruption.
For now, they may sit pretty, thinking that they have got some protection from the regime, the current regime. But that won't last for long, you know. It never lasts for long. Even within the time of this regime, things will change.
Francis Gachuri, Citizen TV.